Chris Gayle, you mean you got to get the job done every single time you step out there. And as a person as well, you want to do well as well, because you want to entertain them as much as possible. But sometimes it's not going to click as often as possible as well, and then they need to realize that. But yeah, you're going to get some cussing if you don't if you don't give the word. But I know that's they want to see, they wish you well, they wish you well, same way. But that's just life, we just have to accept it sometimes.
Becoming a father, you just mentioned it as well, but obviously it changes you as a person, but the fear for her, for the kind of life that you want her to have right now, is it change your perspective at all?
Definitely, automatically, it will change you. Being a dad, it's definitely going to be a new concept. It's a new way of life you have to look at as well. So it's like I'm starting living for my daughter now. She's number one priority, and I'm not going to put cricket aside. Cricket is always a number one priority, but being a dad now, that's your number one priority. And you're going to try and give them the best lifestyle, which you didn't have before. But at the same time, it's how you're actually going to, how you brought up your kids and those sort of things as well is going to be very, very important. When I walk away from them, coming back to the outfield, so that feeling like I never had before. You didn't want to leave. They're like, wow, that's young Chrissy, So it was.
So your colleagues are asked to be here. Watto and new father AVD had some advice for you about fatherhood. Want to take a look at that? Have a look at this. This is advice for fatherhood for Chris Gayle.
5 parenting tips for Chris. Well, the first one is to be able to keep in the good books is changing nappies. So he's going to have to get his technique right with changing nappies, because it can go very wrong if you don't get it right. 2, your sleeping patterns change. So maybe he might have to get used to different sleeping patterns and go to bed at different times.
Sleeping patterns, changing the nappies.
Just be there for the mum. It's the most important thing, to keep her happy. If she's happy, everyone's happy. Fourth one is
I'm sure there are many more.
to make sure that you get up early in the morning.
Get up early in the morning.
It's very important to help
I'm not an early morning
the mother
person.
out.
And
finally, enjoy it. It's the best thing in the world, being a parent.
Yeah, it is very important tip I heard from someone I know. Listen to your wife 5 times. And that's the 5 tips I have for you.
Awesome.
Can you imagine? Favorite holiday destination?
Apart from Jamaica? Oh, I haven't really been on a holiday, to be honest with you, but I want to go to Italy one day and experience it. But I like Australia. It's a nice spot, even though they try to destroy me down there. But it's nice. South Africa is nice as well. I'm just going off these places because I play cricket in those places. I haven't really been on holiday like that as well. So it will be in the making. See, you need to do a lot of things.
That's a standard reply. There we go. What next? There you go. In terms of, I think I know the answer to this one. But if Chris Gayle was an animal, it would be lion. Okay, this should be fun, okay? And don't hold back here.
And I have a lion on my chest, so I'm a lion.
Exactly. That one I knew it. Don't hold back here. There have been enough controversies that followed you, as it happens with so many cricketers, but you strike me as a person who may not have regrets when you look back. Are you that sort of person? Is there anything that you look back and say, I wish it had gone differently?
Oh, I didn't punch in the face. Any regrets? No regrets, to be honest with you, because that's the nature of life. Nothing will be perfect. You always have to have ups and downs. You always have to have fights, disagreement, agreement. So I'm not going to trade it for anything at all. No regrets at all. I'm happy with how everything actually worked out, and sometimes some things need to happen as well for actually you to take a rain check and look back on life as well. And look where you're heading as well.
So Chris, speaking of your fans, young 15-year-old fan watching you right now, what sort of advice would you give?
Well, the advice I would give is how seriously he's actually about the game of cricket. I will tell him there will be a lot of benefits out of the game of cricket. Cricket can be your life for you individually and your family as well. So it's how you're going to treat the game. You're going to treat it with respect and make sure you put in the work, especially at a younger age as well. And you have to be disciplined. That's a must. Once you have discipline, and never let anyone say you can't do it. So obstacles always got to come into your way as well. So you got to be prepared for these things. So I'll try and prepare youngsters, mentally, how they're going to go about it, because a youngster can easily be sidetracked or distracted and turn away from the game of cricket. I've seen that happen many times.
But no, that's a great message. I'm sure a lot of kids watching now, and not just kids, but anyone listening to that. That's great life advice. So thank you so much for joining us here on Superstars. Just want to wish you all the best with, of course, life on the field and off it now as well.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy it. Beautiful.
400 wickets for them. What a good innings from Chikandawa. You beauty, David Warner. It's been one heck of an innings.